everybody, it's Mafdominus, and today we are going to be talking about the latest SML video, the Father's Day Heist. Now lately, I've been a little bit of a negative Nancy, criticizing videos such as The Avengers of D, Jeffy's Mother's Day, and the remake of Bowser Jr.'s Summer School, and I think we could do with a little bit more positivity, so I'm going to be talking about the latest SML video, which I quite enjoy. I mean, hey, just because I make a video called SML's 2024 Problems doesn't mean that everything about SML 2024 is bad. There are some good videos here and there, and I think the latest video is quite enjoyable, and that's what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to explain why I like this video and why I think it's one of the best videos of 2024. So I'm gonna go with a little bit of a recap here and talk about the good things that I like as we go, starting with Jeffy's Happy Father's Day card. Okay, yeah, it is a little bit of a dumb pun, but what I like about this moment is that it's kind of wholesome in a way because Jeffy is giving him a Father's Day card, but doing his own little spin on it, you know, making a funny joke out of it. It may be small, but it is just one of those few moments where characters are actually doing something nice to each other for once. And even if he is making a dumb joke, it shows that Jeffy does care about Marvin by giving him a sweet little card. Of course, Marvin didn't really think it was funny, he thought it was dumb, so he just kinda throws it away. I know that's in character for Marvin to do so, but in my opinion, I feel like Marvin should have just been a little bit more appreciative, you know, maybe just play along with the joke, because it is just a dumb joke in the end, and he's a little too greedy for my taste. But again, it's a small nitpick, it is definitely in character for Marvin to do so, but maybe Marvin should have just been a little bit nicer to him. And by the way, is it normal for fathers to ask their children for money on Father's Day? Because I don't know, I feel like there's something wrong there, but who knows. There's also a Nintendo animation here, but unlike the others, this one's actually pretty good and well animated, mainly because it's a parody of the Peanuts. Now, I must fully confess, I've never seen anything from the Peanuts, except for that Blue Sky movie I saw years ago, but other than that, I've never seen anything from the Peanuts franchise, so I don't know if this is how well animated it is in the cartoons, but I will admit, in this Nintendo animation, he did a really good job animating in that style. And this is one of the few times a Nintendo animation is not filler. Okay, objectively it is filler because it's there to fill in the runtime and doesn't contribute too much to the wider plot, but it is entertaining enough that it doesn't feel like it's a huge waste of time, and it can contribute to the characters of Marvin, Rose, and Jeffy. Let me explain. Every time these three characters are watching TV, it's almost always the news. With Junior, Joseph, and Cody, sometimes they are watching something on TV that isn't the news, but for Marvin and Rose, what exactly do they watch on TV? We don't ever actually get to know what they watch. This is one of the few times where we actually get a glimpse of what they like to watch, and the fact is, they love watching the Peanuts. It's a minor thing, but I think it's a really neat thing. I guess you could call it a neat pick. I stole that from Mahler. It's the opposite of a nitpick, where you appreciate something that is otherwise rather minor in a story, but you know, you appreciate it. It's a little nice, it's neat. But yeah, the Nintendo animation was actually pretty solid. It didn't feel like filler, and you get to know what Marvin and Rose like to watch for TV, so it's neat. But of course, we then cut to the breaking news segment. Goodman is interviewing Jacques-Pierre Francois, and as it turns out, only 3 of his paintings are actually signed by him, making his signature incredibly rare, and this gives Marvin an idea. So he calls a Brooklyn guy as a cop because he's going to need a police officer for his big idea. His plan is to basically trick Jock into signing one of his own paintings by having Brooklyn guy in his cop outfit make him sign some kind of legal waiver. And just as he's about to sign the waiver, Brooklyn guy pulls out the waiver, revealing the painting underneath, and Jock signs the painting, and then they make a run for it. On its own, this kind of plan really doesn't warrant an 11-minute long video. They can just do the plan and then the video will be cut short quickly. So how does Logan fill in the runtime of this video? Well, the characters talk. No, but it's not in a filler type of thing where the characters just go ahead and ramble on random things that don't really contribute to the plot, but rather the characters actually talk about the plan on how they're going to execute this heist and even bring in Goodman, because obviously they're going to need someone to pay for an expensive Jock painting that they're going to use for Jock to sign. So this video kind of becomes an argument between the characters, how they're going to execute the heist, how much each of them are going to get paid, the cooperation between the 3 characters, characters, etc. Unlike previous SML videos where the characters do nothing but talk, the conversation they're having here actually has something to do with the plot of the video, whereas with other videos, they're just kind of talking about random things causing filler. In one of the Chili vlogs, Logan defends the filler by saying that there wouldn't be a plot if the characters aren't talking, but I don't think Logan understands just how to utilize exposition and talking. I mean, yeah, characters do have to talk to each other to actually talk about what they're going to do next to move the plot forward, but what I think Logan doesn't understand is that the characters can't just be talking about some random thing that has nothing to do with what they're going to do in the actual plot of the video. Their exposition needs to actually contribute something into the video, because that's how you do exposition right, and the Father's Day heist does this really good because the characters are actually talking about how to do the heist. And notice that there's a lot of funny moments and jokes in this conversation while they're still talking about the actual plot of the video. So you can have jokes, you can have a lot of funny moments in a conversation while still contributing to the plot. So while this video does kind of follow the typical SML formula of the characters talking throughout most of it, and then they do the big main thing that is the title of the video towards the third act, which is like 8 to 9 minutes into the video, it is still about a heist that takes place on Father's Day. It's just most of the video is them planning out how they're going to do the heist, but still about what the title is nonetheless. In fact, they do kind of joke about filler in this one moment here.
No. I am never working as a guard at a museum ever again. Last time I did that, all the exhibits came to life and it was a whole thing. We would do an animation about that, but we already spent our animation budget on the Charlie Brown thing earlier, so sorry.
No need to apologize, Brooklyn Guy, because we really don't care about your stories. It's kind of funny to me that this joke is framed as if people actually like Brooklyn Guy's animated stories, when in general most people tend to dislike those. But I guess that kind of makes it even more funny because Logan is clearly tone deaf of what his fans actually want from him. So I've mostly talked about how this video does exposition right and praising the Nintendo animation, but what about the actual heist itself? Well, it's actually pretty funny. They basically trick Jog into going into this art competition, and they make the fake waiver, which by the way I actually read it and it's pretty funny if you ask me. So he's about to sign it and Goodman pulls it out from under, revealing the painting, and he signs the painting instead. What makes this heist even funnier to me is the fact that Jock is a complete idiot. He doesn't seem to notice that nobody else is competing in this art competition other than himself. He also doesn't seem to notice that there's a painting right underneath the waiver he's about to sign, and he doesn't even bother to read what's on the waiver. He just blindly trusts this random cop that he's never met before into signing something that could potentially hurt him. And when he realizes he's finally been tricked, he acts like a cartoon villain and goes like, "Ah, curses, I have been fooled." So Jog acting like a complete idiot in this heist is pretty funny. Like, there's a lot of red flags here and he doesn't notice them, so it's kind of like the funniest form of dramatic irony. But what makes this video even better? Well, they managed to succeed in the heist, but it turns out Jog was playing 4D chess because he's just going to sign every single one of his paintings, making his signature completely worthless to the characters. So that is how you do anticlimactic endings well, because instead of it being about the characters getting themselves into a problem and then they just kind of Deus Ex Machina their way out of it towards the end of the video with no tension or build up at all, this is a video about the characters going into a heist and actually succeeding, but then the antagonist pulls something from out of the rug in order to make their victory null and void. So instead it's kind of the opposite of a Deus Ex Machina, where they basically pull something that makes the characters lose instead of resolving a conflict. And the way the antagonist makes the character's victory null and void is so simple, it's funny. Oh, my signatures are incredibly rare and people are going to take the opportunity to trick me into signing one of my own paintings so they can sell it for $100 million? Well, I'll just sign everything so that my signature goes down in value. That is just such a simple way for Jog to prevent people from selling his paintings for more that they're worth. It's actually kind of funny. With how Logan writes SML movies, you would think that he would pull something really fantastical or weird or out of nowhere, but no, it's something as simple as that, and that's what makes it even funnier. It's not something you really expect because you expect SML to do something grand and big, but then it just, oh, it's that simple. And it all feels natural. Like, it doesn't feel like, oh, Logan just pulled this out of nowhere to make sure that that video gets an ending. No, it actually all feels completely natural and something that Jock would actually do in order to stop the characters from having their victory. So it doesn't feel like one of SML's infamous pull something out of nowhere endings. And all of this that I've talked about in this video is the reason why I think the Father's Day Heist video is a really good SML video. It actually utilizes the tropes and cliches of an SML video and does them so well that it doesn't feel bad. The Nintendo animation doesn't feel out of place, there's practically no filler because the characters are actually talking about something that's contributing to what the main plot is supposed to be about, and it's really funny. It's not the best video of the year, and granted, it is just kind of a basic SML video, but for what it is, it's a really decent video that I just really wanted to talk about, because there are some things that SML does get right in this video, and it's important to highlight the things that SML does get right, because sure, it may be fun to criticize SML all day long, and hell, it might be what gets me the most views, but it's also important to talk positively about SML, because not only do you have to tell him what he's doing wrong, but when he does something right, you should let him know that this is the type of content we want to see more often. Don't just learn from the criticisms, learn from the positive reception as well so that you'll know what to do right next time. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Did you like the Father's Day Heist? Let me know in the comment section down below. Like and subscribe and all that YouTube stuff, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.
Tell me why I'm stuck as a virgin with